The internet has fried us. Let me explain. Do you guys remember that one kid in middle school or high school who was just looking at the most heinous videos online? Like, you don't even know where they got it from or where it came from, and they were just like, bro, look at this, look at this. And all of a sudden, you were seeing the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life in front of your eyes at 8 a.m. And you're just looking at him dead in the eyes, like, bro, I just woke up 35 minutes ago. Yeah, the internet has fried us. And you know what? That's not even where it started. I remember being 12 years old and hopping on Omegle with my friends, old school laptop webcam style, and seeing dudes cranking hog like nothing, bro. Wild times. Like, they never even stopped when they saw a 12-year-old and his friends. Like, straight gooner mindset. What did they think was gonna happen? Like, a girl was gonna pop up and just start cranking hog back, bro? Hence, with those two stories, my brain rot story began. And I know a lot of us are fried from the internet. I mean, shit, most people my generation and below nowadays don't even have a personality. They get it from TikTok and Instagram, which is fed to us with Mark Zuckerberg's algorithms. Personalities such as like the Valley Girl voice or being a Chad and trying to mog. Most of us haven't self actualized. You can't really find out who you are on social media and act like your favorite influencers, or you'll be the same person and have the same tendencies and act like a million other people. We are what we consume. It's just like eating. You eat well, you look well, you feel well. We sit here and consume the craziest AI generated slop or what other people put on these short form content medias and think this is how life should be. Not realizing the internet isn't even reality, it's just the highlights or what people want you to see. Sometimes even your mood can be changed by what people post, and you can start comparing yourself and your life to others. I don't want my life or the ways I think dictated by these elites' algorithms. Which leads me to how people can't even think critically for themselves or articulate nowadays. 40% of fourth graders can't read at a basic level. 28% of adults in the last decade, the number has increased 9 points, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you start at 20 and go up by 9, it's insane. They are functionally illiterate, meaning they lack the literacy skills that allow them to go on about their day to day tasks. It's so bad that students at the University of Texas in Austin, hook 'em, some professors told their school paper that they would be shortening the reading assignments and transitioning to assigning things like YouTube videos and audiobooks. I'll have the article here. Instead of physical books, because students don't have patience for reading assignments anymore. What the fuck is going on? An English professor said phone usage and rise of video content was leading to the decline in their reading abilities, and they decided to give in and change with the times so they can just meet the students where they are. They don't need to meet the students where they are. The students need to meet the school where it is. Kick them out of college. This is embarrassing. This school is going to be turning and burning idiots. When you have to do math for some engineering job, there isn't going to be a TikTok or Instagram reel showing you how to do it. The psychologist Daniel Willingham has a book called Reading Mind. In the book, he said there's three things that reading represent. One, you need to be able to extract ideas from sentences. Two, you need to connect the ideas across those sentences, which, nope, majority of Americans are out. Like, bro, I get it. We're fried, we're cooked, it's done, over. That's only two. Number three, you need to integrate it within your mind to answer questions. Yeah, it's over. It's Jover. It's fried. Motherfuckers misunderstand tweets, let alone read a book. Like, you can read, but you can't ever read when it matters. Think about how many people on Twitter say, Grok, summarize this for me, because they're so lazy they can't read. Or worse, they can't read it. They can't connect the ideas and integrate it within your mind to answer the questions. Like, nowadays, people are taught not to critically think because critical thinking will lead them to the conclusions that bring them against their established worldview. When you critically think and go against the grain, most people fall into groupthink. It's been defined and repeated with studies multiple times. I'll put up another graphic here. For example, like the Asch conformity experiment in the 1950s, a guy walks into an experiment room and he thinks it's a big experiment, but he's the only one being experimented on. They say, pick the longest line. He does this multiple times. Then he looks around and he's like, oh, everyone else is picking like the second or third longest one. And eventually he starts waiting for the group before picking an answer. The study was done basically to see how hard the human instinct and desire wants to fall into groupthink. Kids aren't learning critical thinking or facts, therefore, they don't even have the facts to critical think or ask questions. Critical thinking is informed by what you know, so if you don't even know or remember it, then you can't even begin the steps to critically think. Reading doesn't get the brain going and stimulate you like the way scrolling TikTok does. Every day on social media, we see things we probably weren't meant to see, which raises our cortisol and induces unneeded stress. Seeing someone get offed on social media nobler like GTA 5 style was insane. I woke up to the kirkening. Not trying to joke around, it was sad, like someone can get done like that for everyone to see just because of the ideas and what he said out loud. This is new, like within last 20 years new. It was actually addicting, like a hit of a drug. I was checking my phone all day for updates and I realized, oh, this is what they made this for us to be addicted to our phone. I get most of my news from X or Twitter now, and I can't even tell if it's a good or bad thing. One thing I do know is America is more sick than ever, more depressed, sad, poor, broke, and fat than ever. 1 in 4 women are on SSRIs or antidepressants. I have the graphic up here. 13% of American adults are on antidepressant medication from 2015 to 2018, and I bet it's now 1 in 4, a 400% increase from the 1990s to the late 2000s. And oh, look at me, I'm using AI to find this. And social media has had a huge part in this. Like, on the other side is vanity. People sell vanity just like as workout plans, makeup, skincare, you name it. People want it to look better and use it for their Instagram. And it's one of the biggest markets. People are looking for dopamine so much that it's pushing people into sensory overload. I see this all the time with kids who have the phone, the tablet, watching TV at the same time. You have to say their name 8 times before they even look up from it. We need an internet curfew, like for real. I wonder how many of us throw on a YouTube video while doing something else. Like, I'm guilty of that. I do this every day. It's like we can't focus on a singular task without doing something else. When was the last time a book was written that had a large cultural impact? No clue, like Harry Potter probably. Nowadays, it's like a fucking Instagram post or this celebrity broke up with this celebrity that moves the cultural presence of things. And this is why our attention spans are cooked. Like, be honest, when was the last time you watched a full video without checking your phone? Or when was the last time you just sat in silence for a few minutes? We can't even sit with our own thoughts anymore. Like, we used to sit there grinding games for hours, same map, same lobby. Now if something doesn't hit in 5 seconds, we're gone. And that's not even getting into corn, which is probably the craziest example of all of this. Like, bro, we went from accidentally seeing something one time to having unlimited access to anything you could imagine at like 12 or 13 years old. That's not normal. Your brain is developing and you're feeding it the most like overstimulating content possible every time you open your phone. Like, when I was 12 or 13, it was just like something you just wanted to see because it was so insane. And then people wonder why nothing feels real or exciting anymore. Regular interactions don't hit the same, real life doesn't hit the same, because your brain is used to the extreme. And then you go into real life expecting it to look like what you've been watching, and it just doesn't. It's the same thing as scrolling. Instant dopamine, no effort, no connection. So, like, yeah, of course, we're fried. We never even gave our brains a chance to not be. And this even messes with relationships, because now it's like, why work through anything when your phone has 100 other options of corn and, dating apps and other things like that? And you get bored for 5 minutes and think, there's someone better. That's not real life. That's the internet talking. And the craziest part is, we don't even react the same anymore. Remember what I said at the beginning? That one crazy video at 8 a.m.? Like, that would mess you up for the whole day. Now, you just scroll past something insane and don't even blink. We're so overstimulated that doing one thing feels uncomfortable. Like, you can't just eat, you need a video. You can't just drive, you need music or a podcast. You can't just go to the gym, you need also a podcast or a video or music. And one of the biggest problems is we don't even get bored anymore. And that sounds like a good thing, but it's actually not. Like, because boredom is actually where you think. Boredom is where you come up with ideas or where you reflect on your life. And we don't even do that anymore. Like the second we even feel a little bit bored, we grab our phone. So it's like, when do you ever actually sit there and think about your life? When do you ever process anything? We just distract ourselves 24/7. And I think this is also why social skills are getting worse. Like, people don't even know how to talk to each other anymore. Everything is through a screen, texting, DMs, comments. So when it comes to real life, people get awkward. They don't know what to say, they don't know how to act. You can't edit what you say, you can't think for 10 minutes before responding. Like, people have been using ChatGPT just to send messages back and forth because they don't even know how to communicate properly. And the crazy part is, the internet didn't used to be like this back then. Like, yeah, it was wild, but it wasn't constant. You would just log on, mess around, and then get off. Now it's 24/7. It's in your pocket. It's always there. There's no escape. And I think that's the difference. It's not just the internet anymore, it's literally your entire reality. And when you really think about it, it's not just one thing. It's everything. It's what we watch, it's how we think, it's how we talk, it's how we lived. It's all being shaped by what we consume every single day. Moral of the topic is, what you consume shapes who you are. You know, you have to look inward and think to yourself, does this person have my best interest at heart? Does this person have my best interest at mind? Because if you don't, the internet will decide for you. People can't visualize ideas. People can't read. It's not stimulating enough. And it's not seen as something interesting anymore to read. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and, next time, at least try taking a shit without touching the screen.